What is going on, all you beautiful beings out there? So, this is. I just filmed a video that I probably posted at this point. Um, but I wanted to make another video on a different topic, which you probably saw the title, so you know what it's generally about. Uh, yeah, let's just jump into it. Um, yeah, hitting rock bottom. It's tough, and I think I might have done that recently. I've been in a very dark period of my life right now. Um, Not to say that everything is bad, but I was struggling. Um, there was a day recently when I thought it was gonna be payday, and I was at work, and my bank account was negative. Um, and I was in a really terrible mood all day, and it affected my the work that I did. It affected how I interacted with my coworkers and the shoppers at the store, and I I, I kept monitoring my account throughout the day. I just kept seeing it sink lower and lower into the negative, and it was really confusing because if you don't have any money, how can they take more money? Like there's nothing in there. How can they take more than nothing? And in in the moment, I that period was one of the darkest times that I've been through. It lasted about a week, where I was just completely isolating myself from the world. Just had no energy. No matter how much sleep I got, I was just still so tired. And because I had no energy, I had no energy to reach out to friends or family or anyone. I was just completely isolating myself in my room. And I went on a walk where I was just talking to myself. And I do that pretty frequently, where whenever I'm going through a rough time, even when I'm not going through a rough time, I like to talk through things out loud that I'm thinking about, and talk to myself as if there's another person there with me to like bounce stuff off of. I sometimes call it self-therapizing, where I kind of ask myself questions that I feel like a therapist would ask me, um, and it's really helpful. And so what this video is about, um, when we hit rock bottom, it can feel hopeless sometimes, but it's also extremely freeing. And if you have hit rock bottom, congratulations. You get to rebuild. I get to rebuild. We get to rebuild. There's no limits. When you hit rock bottom, you become a lot more open to things that you had been dubious about before, because there's nothing left to lose. And in the past, I talked about this in my first nature video, where for a lot of my life, I've been so skeptical of everything. I've always been the type of person that prides themselves in how independent I am. And I like to do things myself, because then I can tell people, like, oh, I did everything myself. Pulled myself up by my bootstraps. And but there's so much wisdom around us, and people say things that are cliche, but as I've said before, cliches are cliche for a reason. And people don't just, sometimes people just say things for the sake of saying them, but there is a lot of wisdom out there that we can learn from. And things like journaling, mindfulness, meditation. I put quotes around it because meditation isn't just like sitting with your legs crossed and going om a whole bunch, but it can mean a lot of different things, which I can talk about in a different video. But after I hit rock bottom, I just decided, you know what, I'm gonna give some of these things that I've been skeptical of a try, because what's the worst that can happen? I've already experienced what I thought was the worst, so there's nothing left to lose. And since then, life has been so beautiful. I've been journaling pretty much every day. I have been going on walks basically every day. I've been reading. I've been drinking tea. I've been trying to change. This is gonna sound. I've been trying to change my mindset, the way that I think about life and experience, of everything happening for me rather than happening to me. I've been socializing a lot more, interacting with people, and since then, life has been so beautiful. And there was a period, and it's still an ongoing battle, where I just had no idea what I was doing with my life, who I was, who I wanted to be. Now, I have dreams, I have goals, ambitions, but I was just like, what am I doing? What is any of this? And I don't think we need to know that. I don't think that's necessarily for us to answer. I know that sounds kind of weird and backwards. Um, you don't need to know why anything happens. Sometimes shit just happens, and we have to deal with it. And there's nothing we could have done differently. So asking why did that happen is not a productive question. What does matter is what will I do going forward? And who you were yesterday doesn't need to be who you are today or tomorrow. We can change our life at any freaking moment. And it is shocking how quickly things can change. And there's the whole cliche of like, when you change how you look at things, the things you look at change. And that is, there is so much truth behind it. Change your perspective. If you're in a rut, if you're in a slump, whatever you want to call it, rearrange your room, clean your room, because often the state of our environment is a representation of ourself, our thoughts. And if our space is chaotic and cluttered and everything is all over the place, often our thoughts are also going to be that way. So even though it might be difficult, we might think it sucks to have to do those things, but you don't have to do them. We get to do them. Do your laundry, clean the room, do dishes, prepare dinner, do everything with intention. Oh my god. I don't even know what I'm going to call this video at this point because this energy is all over the place. Yeah. Anyway, how long is this? 12 minutes. Okay. I think that's a lot of things that I said. And it's getting dark. So I'm going to leave this here. I love you all so much. I hope you have an absolutely amazing day or night or afternoon or whenever it is that you're seeing this. I make music under the name Jamie the Optimist on all streaming services. I'll put my links in the doobly-doo, but you can also check me out just by searching my name. I have 4 albums out, and I have at least 2 albums on the way in 2025. Probably much more than that, because I'm just gonna put stuff out without giving it much thought this year. Yeah, thank you for being here. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. If there is a topic you want me to make a video on in this little series I'm doing, or just like talking in nature, feel free to leave it down below and I can make a video about it. Confirmation burp. Yeah, I love you all, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace!